Master Tavern Keeper's History of the Old World.
Och, so the two slayers, Strolvar and Snorri, were now at these Ash Ridge Mountains. These are still in the Darklands too, aren't they?
Indeed they are. They are the bulwark that defends the Plain of Bones from all and sundry, freely entering the old dragon's graveyard. And, like any good bulwark, it has its defenders, as the two would quickly discover. Ah, yes. I remember Strolvar retelling his arrival at the Ashridge Mountains with what felt like a tinge of regret, as he sat drinking there in the old standing bar I used to work at in Skeggy. Skeggy, a decade earlier.
Once it, Manlin. I recall it was with some relief that we left the toxic labyrinth that was the desolation of Asgore. But our relief was both misplaced and short-lived, for we had simply left the bubbling cauldron and fallen straight into the fire itself. We walked out of the dark depths behind us to see a massive wall of sharp, jagged rock towering over our heads. We'd arrived at the foot of the peaks of the Ash Ridge Mountains, the defenders of dead dragons. Above, looming large, were mountain tops of all heights and shapes, the very highest crowned by snow, but most wreathed by fire. White grey ash fell from the sky. Below, around our feet, dirty smoke drifted this way and that from the smouldering vents and holes in the volcanic stone about us. We were close. This was our last obstacle before reaching the Plain of Bones. There was a measure of peace standing there in that moment. But I couldn't shake the feeling that I was watching a soap bubble drifting on a breeze. Serene, yet always a hair's breadth away from dissolution. My gut was right. There was indeed a strange calm about the place, and one that was about to suddenly end. He had come. His great roar heralded his appearance, emanating from a tall, dark cave in the side of the nearest volcano. It was quickly followed by a beaked moor that sailed out from the same rocky ingress, the indurated mouth etched by veins of glowing, burning magma. There was a pounding, incessant lub-dub sound in my ears. I could not tell if it was my heart or the dragon's thudding footsteps. Inexorably, more appeared, a stocky, spiked, incandescent body, crowned by fiery wings and a swirling, coiling serpent's tail. It was gigantic. Snorri turned to me, a manic gleam in his eye. At last, Grumbake, it has come. My doom has come. Behold, the scourge of the Darklands has awoken.
Wait, what? Who had come, Strolvar?
Warmanlin, it was Hagdar, the most infamous Magma dragon to have ever lived.
Please, Master Tavern Keeper. Please, wait a moment. A Magma dragon. You've mentioned these in passing earlier, but you've yet to tell us, what are these Magma dragons? Are they different from regular dragons?
Och, can I hazard a guess that they're dragons that like it hot?
Oh, Master Alchemist. All dragons like it hot, surely. They breathe fire.
Och, actually, some do like it hot, but some truly and most certainly do not. Indeed, as the famous poet from Remas, Roberto de Palma, so wisely said.
Some like it hot, some sweat when the heat is on. Some feel the heat and decide that they can't go on. Some like it hot, but you can't tell how hot till you try. Some like it hot, so let's turn up the heat till we fry.
Oh, I quite like that. It's got a good rhythm. I mean, it's got a good meter to it.
Yeah. But are we saying that all dragons do not like it hot then?
We are indeed. Don't forget that dragons originated in a time when our world, our fated place, was a big, rocky, ice-covered sphere. Most dragons like it cold. So much so that they went into hibernation when the Slann warmed up the planet by moving it closer to the warmth of our sun, Sol. Magma dragons are a rare exception, and thank goodness they are rare, or else it would be they that held dominion over the skies of the old world.
Oh, yeah, I see. I stand corrected. So, what can you tell us about these hot dragons, Master Tavern Keeper?
Well, for a start, they are few in number, and in large part, most are recluses. I've heard tell of them in a few volcanic regions, but primarily the mountains of the Darklands and the Black Spine Mountains in Chill Nagaroth. Like all draconic subspecies, magma dragons are ancient creatures. They are renowned for being vicious, actively malevolent, and one of the toughest, if not the strongest, of their ilk. It is said that they have extremely thick, black, obsidian scales that scour and prickle the air with smouldering white heat. They are apex predators, even able to fell and kill prey larger than themselves with their indefatigable resilience. They mostly devour manticores and chimeras, but are happy to wolf down the smaller denizens of the Darklands if the opportunity arises.
But what do they look like? I am just picturing a regular dragon in my mind's eye.
Ah, well, banish that image from your mind, my most noble knight, for they do most certainly differ in appearance. For starters, the more serpentine features you see in the dragonkin of Ulthuan and Nagaroth are absent. Rather, their bodies are stockier, heavier, like some slab of rock carved out from a mountainside. A reptilian bull with mighty wings, enormous claws, capable of tearing steel and stone with ease, and furnace-hot, beaked jaws lined with diamond-hard fangs. However, they do spew gouts of white-hot dragonfire like many dragons do. But wait. That's not quite right. It's more like superheated lava. Their gullets burning like the heart of a volcano. Their blood, too, is molten, fiery rock, and when wounded, it spills from the gash like magma erupting forth from a volcanic vent. Fire is not the only weapon in their arsenal, though, for magma dragons can also breathe out poisonous, scalding, sulphurous fumes, both blinding and burning their prey.
Oh, my goodness, they sound formidable. And so this Hagdar that Strolva encountered was one of these creatures then, was it?
Aye, well, more than that. Hagdar is the greatest magma dragon to have ever lived.